Hello students. In the previous sessions from the chapter number 3, Inheritance and Variation, we have studied chromosome and mechanism of inheritance, reasons for Mendel's success, then selection of 7 pairs of contrasting characters by Mendel, and we have also studied the different genetic terms used in genetics. In this session, we are going to learn the genetic term homologous chromosome, then monohybrid cross, then dihybrid cross, and test cross. Now we will study the term homologous chromosome. The morphologically, genetically, and structurally essential identical chromosomes present in diploid cells are called homologous chromosome. Such chromosomes synapse during meiosis. Now you know that in organism when there is a formation of a gamete, meiosis occurs, while after fertilization mitosis occurs. So meiosis and mitosis are the two types of cell divisions found in living organisms. So homologous chromosomes mean, for example, in the diagram we see two chromosomes, one is shown in blue color and another one is shown in red color. So such blue colored chromosome is of paternal origin, or it is paternal, and a red color chromosome is maternal. So when a cell contains two sets of chromosome, that is one is paternal and one is maternal, such cell is called as diploid, and these chromosomes which come near with each other, they are generally similar in height, then they show presence of common genes. So these chromosomes come near each other and begin to pair. Such chromosomes are called as homologous chromosomes. Then these homologous chromosomes, that is paternal and maternal, come near each other and they get attached with each other. This phenomenon is called as synapsis, or it is called as synapse. So these chromosomes, that is maternal and paternal or homologous chromosomes, come near each other, get attached, and this process is called as synapsis. Later on, in the next diagram we see the arms or the chromatids of both these chromosomes, paternal and maternal, cross with each other. This phenomenon is called as crossover or crossing over. And during this crossing over, the exchange of genetic material or genes occurred between the two chromosomes, that is paternal and maternal chromosome. So homologous chromosomes are generally, they are morphologically and genetically similar, present in diploid cell, that is one set or one chromosome is from paternal origin and another one is maternal origin. So such similar chromosomes genetically and structurally are called as homologous chromosomes. Now we will study monohybrid cross, a cross between parents differing in only one heritable trait is called monohybrid cross, or we can also define it as when there is a cross between two pure parents differing in one pair of contrasting character, then the cross is called as monohybrid cross. So for example, Mendel carried an experiment on pea plant by considering the character height. Height shows two variants, pure tall and another one is pure dwarf. So Mendel performed monohybrid cross between these two pea plants with only one pair of contrasting character. Now in this example we see a cross between tall pea plant and dwarf pea plant. So height is the character and tall and dwarf are the two variants. So he considered only one pair of contrasting character in the cross. Hence the cross is called as monohybrid cross. So the tall plant and the dwarf or the phenotype is tall and dwarf. You know that phenotype means the external appearance of an individual. So pea plants show two variants, tall plant and another one is dwarf plant. Then the genetic makeup or the genotype of tall plant is having or it shows capital T and capital T. These are called as alleles or genes and they are homozygous means they are identical and they are pure. Then for dwarf the genotype is small t small t. It is also pure or homozygous. So he crossed tall pea plant with dwarf pea plant and both the plants produced equal number of gametes. Here only T is written or only capital T is written as both the genes or alleles are same and gametes are also produced of the same type. Here also only one T is written means both the gametes are identical. So he crossed tall and dwarf pea plant with each other and produced number of individuals in the first generation. It is called as first filial generation or it is also called as F1 generation. So in F1 generation, all plants produced were tall. Tall having the genotype that is capital T small t. So as in the F1 generation, all tall pea plants are produced. The tall character or the tall trait is called as dominant. While dwarf trait did not express itself in the F1 generation, hence it is called as recessive trait. So the plants produced in F1 generation were called as hybrid tall, consisting of genes that is capital T for tallness and small t for dwarfness, but only tall character expressed in F1 generation. So it is called as dominant character, while dwarf character is called as recessive. Later on, Mendel allowed to carry cell pollination between the individuals of F1 generation. So we see that all hybrid tall plants are produced in F1 generation. So in each individual plant, Mendel carried the process of cell pollination and equal number of gametes were produced, that is male gametes and female gametes. Here we see these are the gametes which are produced in F1 generation. So are produced by the F1 generation plants. Then equal number of male gametes and female gametes are produced. Now with the help of checkerboard, we can see the different combinations produced in the second filial generation or it is also called as F2 generation. So with the help of this checkerboard or it is also called as Punnett square, we can see the different combinations produced by the selfing of hybrid tall pea plant. So in this row we see male gametes and here we see female gametes. So now this capital T and capital T form a combination. It is first combination and it is called as pure tall as both the genes or alleles are dominant and identical. It is also called as homozygous. Then capital T small t. Here we see hybrid tall pea plants are produced. Hybrid tall, you know that it consists of a dominant gene and a recessive gene. Then here we see small t, then capital T, and the combination produced is having genotype or individual having genotype, that is capital T small t. Though here we see the small t comes first, but as it is recessive, it is written after the dominant term. So here we find or we see that there is capital T and small t. Then here we see here is small t, here is small t. So both the genes or both the gametes are the genes present in the gametes are recessive. So in the last combination we see there is capital T, so sorry, small t. So here we see that the individual produced is pure dwarf. So in this way, with the help of checkerboard, we see the different combinations produced in F2 generation. Now we will see the different ratios. The first one is called as phenotypic ratio. Phenotypic ratio means it is derived or obtained due to the external appearance of an individual. So here we see that totally three tall plants, the first, second and third. So totally three tall plants are produced and only one dwarf plant, or the ratio is 1. So phenotypic ratio is 3 as to 1. Then now we will see the genotypic ratio. You know that genotype means the genetic makeup of an individual. So the genotypic ratio, we see that in this checkerboard, we see that pure tall pea plant is in the ratio of 1. Then hybrid tall pea plant are in the ratio of 2 and dwarf pea plant is in the ratio of 1. So the genotypic ratio is pure tall is 1, then hybrid tall is in the ratio of 2 and dwarf pea plant is in the ratio of 1. So the genotypic ratio is 1 as to 2 as to 1. So in this way, Mendel carried different crosses by using different contrasting characters. As here, only one pair of contrasting character is considered. The cross is called as monohybrid cross, and the ratio obtained in F2 generation is called as monohybrid ratio. Now we will study dihybrid cross. Dihybrid cross, a cross between parent differing in two heritable traits, is called dihybrid cross. Example, yellow round seed is crossed with green wrinkled seeded plant. So we can say that when there is a cross between two parents differing in two pairs of contrasting character, such cross is called as dihybrid cross, and the F1 individual is called as dihybrid. So Mendel also performed the dihybrid cross between pea plants that differ in two pairs of contrasting characters. So here we see the example of plants, that is plants producing round yellow seeds are crossed with plants producing wrinkled green seeds. So this is the phenotype. Phenotype means external appearance of the seeds, that is round yellow seeds and wrinkled green seeds. Then the genotype is uh, the genotype of round yellow seed is both capital R and both capital Y. Similarly, the genotype of wrinkled green seed is both small r and both small y. So a cross between these two parents is carried out. They produce equal number of male and female gamete, and after the fusion of gamete, the first generation is produced. It is called as F1 generation. So in F1 generation, all the plants produce show development of round yellow seed. Green wrinkled seeds are not seen. So round yellow seeds is the dominant character while wrinkled green seed is a recessive trait or character as it does not appear in F1 generation. So here we see plant with round yellow seeds or it is called as hybrid showing the genotype capital R, capital Y, small y. So the individuals of F1 generation are self or they are allowed to self or to carry self pollination and equal number of male gametes and equal number of female gametes are produced. Here we see F2 generation represented with the help of Punnett square or checkerboard method. So at the upper side we see male gametes and on the side we see female gametes. So equal number of female gametes and equal number of male gametes are produced. So these male gametes unite with female gamete to produce different combinations. Total 16 different combinations are produced in this checkerboard by the union of male gamete with female gamete. So this generation is called as F2 generation. For example, here we see that female gametes that is capital R capital Y combines with capital R capital Y to form individual with genotype that is both capital R and both capital Y. So in this way female gamete unite with male gamete. Now in a second combination we can see that here we see it is capital R capital Y, then here is capital R small y. So male and female gamete unite to produce the combination that is both capital R then small capital Y and small y. So such combinations are produced by the union of male gamete with female gamete. Now here we see the genotypic ratio. The genotypic ratio is based on the presence of genetic combination in the individual. Now the first genetic combination is both capital R and both capital Y in the ratio of 1. Here we see this combination that is both capital R and both capital Y in the ratio of 1. Then the second one or the next one is capital R then small r and both capital Y. It is found in the ratio of 2. Here we see that capital R, small r and both capital Y. So it is produced in the ratio of 2. So such two combinations are produced. Here we see the first one and here the second one that is capital R, small r, capital Y, capital Y. Then the next combination is in the ratio of 2 that is both capital R then capital Y and small y. Here we see such combination that is both capital R then capital Y and small y. So such combination is found here and here. So it occurs in the ratio of 2. Then the next combination or the genotype is capital R then small r capital Y and small y in the ratio of 4. So here we see such combination that is capital R then small r capital Y and small y. So here is one combination. Then here it is first, then second, then we see third, and this one is fourth. So it is in the ratio of 4. Then we see both small r and both y are capital. It is 1. Here we see such combination that both the small r and both are capital Y. It is in the ratio of 1. Then the next combination is both small r, capital Y and small y. It is in the ratio of 2. Here we see such combination, that is both small r, then capital Y, small y. Here is another one, that is second one. Both small r, capital Y and small y in the ratio of 2. Then the next one is in the ratio of 1, that is both capital R and both small y. So such combination is found, that is both capital R and both small y is here in the ratio of 1. Then we see the genotype or combination with capital R, then small r, and both are small y. So it is in the ratio of 2. Here we see this. The first one is here, that is capital R, small r, and both small y. Here is the first one, and the next is second one is here, that is capital R, small r, and both y are small in the ratio of 2. And the last one is in the ratio of 1, that is both are small r recessive, that is uh, small r are 2, both small r and both small y. Here we see this combination. So in this way total 16 genotypic combinations are produced, and the ratio is, or the genotypic ratio is 1 as to 2 as to 2 as to 4 as to 1 as to 2 as to 1 as to 2 and as to 1. So it is called as the genotypic ratio. And now we will see the phenotypic ratio. Phenotypic ratio is based upon the external appearance of a particular individual or its characters. So here the phenotypic ratio is that total we see 9 round yellow seeds are produced. Here we see here total is see 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 4. Total 9 yellow or round yellow seeds are produced. Then 3 round green seeds are produced. Then 3 round green seeds are produced. The round green seeds are in the ratio of 3. Then wrinkled yellow are in the ratio of 3, and one is wrinkled green in the ratio of 1. So this is the phenotypic ratio, that is 9 as to 3 as to 3 as to 1. So it is called as phenotypic dihybrid ratio. So in this way we have studied the dihybrid cross. Now we will study back cross and test cross. Back cross, cross with one of the two parents, or cross of F1 hybrid with one of the two parents from which they were derived, either recessive or dominant. Such cross is known as back cross. So back cross is the crossing of any F1 individual, or it is also called as F1 hybrid, is crossed with one of the two parents. It may be dominant or it may be recessive. Such cross is called as back cross. Now test cross. The cross of F1 hybrid with the homozygous recessive parent is known as test cross. That means the crossing of F1 hybrid with one of the homozygous recessive parent is called as test cross. You know that homozygous means both the genes or alleles are identical, and recessive means the trait which does not appear in F1 generation is called as recessive. For example, when we cross a pure tall pea plant with pure dwarf pea plant, then in F1 generation we get hybrid tall pea plant with the genotype that is capital T and small t. So in this F1 generation or F1 hybrid, only tall character appears, hence it is called as dominant, and dwarf character does not appear, hence it is called as a recessive trait or recessive character. So when such F1 hybrid or individual is crossed with the recessive parent, then it is called as test cross. Test cross is used to test whether the individual is homozygous or heterozygous. Now heterozygous, homozygous you know, having identical genes, and heterozygous means the individual with dissimilar genes, or it is also called as hybrid. For example, hybrid tall pea plant has genotype that is capital T small t. Hence it is called as hybrid or it is called as heterozygous. So test cross is used to test whether the plant is homozygous or heterozygous. But it is non-homozygous or heterozygous for trait, means to detect whether the plant is homozygous or heterozygous with dominant expression. Then test cross is used to find out genotype of any plant. So we can find the genetic makeup of any plant with the help of test cross. Then it is used to introduce useful recessive trait in the hybrids of self pollination plants during rapid crop improvement programs. So test cross is used with the help of cross pollination. Recessive traits or recessive characters can be introduced in the hybrids of the cell pollinated plant. So in cell pollinated plant, desired trait or recessive trait is also introduced with the help of this test cross. Now we will study example of test cross. For example, a pea plant having violet flowers is crossed with a pea plant with white flowers. If all flowers produced are violet, then we conclude or we come to the conclusion that plant is pure or it is homozygous. Then if we get violet and white flower in the ratio 1:1, then we conclude that plant is heterozygous. Heterozygous means having dissimilar genes. So here we see violet flowers may show the genotype. Generally, when there is a cross between violet and white flower, violet character is or violet trait is dominant. So here we see two types of genotypes for violet flowers. First one is capital R, means it is homozygous trait for violet flower, or it may be hybrid that is capital R, small r. So violet flowers may show any one of the genotype, that is homozygous or heterozygous. Then white flowers are recessive and show the genotype, that is small r, small r. So we will study with the help of a chart in detail the process of test cross. Now we will see the example of test cross. You know that test cross is also used to detect the genotype of a particular plant. So in pea plant we see the color of flower, that is dominant character or the dominant color is violet, while recessive color is white. So to detect the genotype of this violet flower, this test cross can be used. So here this violet flower may be homozygous or it may be heterozygous. It is detected on the development of the individuals after the crossing with a recessive parent. So violet flower plant is crossed with white flower plant and we get different combinations. So if here we see that all violet flowers are produced. So the genotype of this violet flower is it is homozygous. It can be detected after the cross. So equal number of male and equal number of female gametes are produced. Then here we see uh, small r. Here is capital R, capital R. Then after their union, we get all the plants producing hybrid violet flowers. Hence, the genotype of this dominant is homozygous. Now here we see capital R, then small r. Hybrid violet flower is produced. Then capital R, small r. Hybrid violet flower is produced. Then capital R, small r. Hybrid violet flower is produced. Then capital R, small r. Hybrid violet flowers is produced. So all the flowers are violet. Hence, the unknown parent or the flower is homozygous and is dominant, as the color of this flower, that is violet color, appeared in all the plants or all the flowers produced by the plants. Hence the genotype detected is homozygous dominant producing violet flowers. Then in this result we see that if the flower is hybrid violet, then we see that here is capital R, here is small r of the hybrid violet flower, and here is recessive white flower. So here is small r, small r. Again, the gametes unite with each other. Here will be capital R, small r, producing hybrid violet flower. Then capital R, small r, producing hybrid violet flower. Then small r, producing homozygous recessive white flowers. Then small r, producing homozygous recessive white flowers. So half of the flowers are violet while half are white in the ratio that is 1:1. Hence, from this, the detected genotype of this violet flower is heterozygous. That means it shows a dominant gene for violet color and a recessive gene for white color. So in this way test cross is used to detect the genotype of a particular plant.